Fear. It is your instinct.
No, but for real though, if you looking into fear and you get a good understanding of what it is, it's a expression out there. It goes, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. Now, that took me the better half of a good few years to understand fully. And that's mostly because when you think about what fear is completely in your head. So whatever you're scared of is completely generated by you. So like if you out there and you don't want to ask out that cute girl because you scared she gonna reject you, yeah, fuck that. Rejection happens. It's how you grow and learn, you know? If you have it to where, say you trying to move away from your job, you trying to do something solo and independent, and you want to get out there and be on your own and stuff. Okay. So, I probably should have wrote this down, but I didn't. But fear has a way of making you over prioritize, overanalyze, overestimate. Fear has a way of making you overestimate what it is in your life that actually matters. And like, when I say that, don't get me the wrong way. A lot of people can't leave and go start their own business because they have bills, and they're worried that their bills are gonna, crumble in on them if they don't, what if they can't make it, What if becomes a major factor in fear. Whenever you have fear-based things like that, you have to know how to kind of shrug away from your what if factors. Like, don't get me wrong, you always take a calculated risk in anything, but when you understand that risk ultimately in itself is just a part of life, in fact, life is so risky that you're not going to make it out of it alive, that's how much risk is inside of life, then what do you really have to fear? If you know death is coming every single day and you're not anxious of it, you're not scared of that, every single waking moment, what do you have to fear? That's not saying you get over your fear of that happening, but at the same time, you push yourself beyond that fear in order to create something that really matters to you inside that light. So say you're going to go start a business. If you want to start a business, you can do that. But it's not just overcoming the fear. That is a major part of it. It's having a structure and it's having a discipline with it. You have to have a mindset. Your mindset has to be progress. Your mindset has to be, we're pushing forward, we're moving forward. It doesn't matter what's coming, we're going to get through it. It's the positivity that feeds into the motivation, and the motivation should drive your discipline, so your discipline feeds back into the motivation. So if you're going out there to start your own stuff, you have to be disciplined enough to say, to not fail. You have to be disciplined enough to know, okay, I know the risk inside of this. I know how much money I need to generate. I know the outcome if I don't do this. So now I need to have a practice going inside of myself that's going to make me get up every day. I need to have an exercise regimen that's going to keep me healthy, exercise and diet that's going to keep me healthy enough, because stamina feeds the brain. So you need stamina in order to boost your mental. And then on top of that, you're going to need something to push you. You need your motivation to stay strong within you through your discipline. Your discipline has to train you to not fail, to not give up. Your body has to be in good health in order to function right. Because if your body's dealing with something, don't get me wrong, I got a big ass wound in my foot right now. I'm not going to show it on camera because it's pretty ugly. It's a big ulcer. It hurts. It hurts like hell. But whenever your body is damaged, your mind doesn't process the same way. It does and it doesn't. It's complicated. Because you send the resources and energy trying to heal, but you can't do the normal things that you normally can do when you're not injured like that. So to have the best state of mind, it's best to keep yourself in the best health that you can be in. And that includes exercising, eating right, doing your essentials daily. Then once you have your discipline practice, and you know that it doesn't matter what's going on, you're going to get up and do it. Once you have that discipline practice, that's going to feed into your motivation. Now you need a goal. Your goal has to be set high, and I mean high, like to the roof high, to the sky high. Like it has to be high. It can't be money. The reason it can't be money is way too easily obtained. If you have a functioning body and you have a functioning mind, money is easy to gain. Whether you work a 9 to 5 or you do your own business, it is super easy to gain. So long as you have the energy to put the process to work, the patience to put the discipline to work. It has to be something on the level of your being. What can be you? It can't be happiness, because happiness is grand. Is once that comes, you're not going to be happy no more. So the point of your goal being such a long-term goal is that it spans over your entire lifetime. And when you sit down and realize how long a life actually is, it's short in comparison to some things, but life is long, man. When you sit down and you realize how long it is inside the general basic perspective of it, then you design your goal to be something that you constantly and continuing to work on, that you constantly and continuing to self-improve on. That way, because whenever you reach your bottom goals, like I want to recirculating income, okay, you're going to reach that in like 2-3 years. It's going to be there. And then you're not going to have no more motivation for it. And then you're going to be lost. You're going to be sitting there like, the fuck am I supposed to be doing? But you go further than that and you put your goal up there. So now that you got the goal, you need the skill set. So when you develop a skill set, you're just looking into whatever it is that you feel like you know how to do. You're looking into whatever it feels like it's possible for you. It's in your grasp. You can consciously achieve it easily. Like if you know you learn really, really well, the sky's the limit on your goals there. If you don't learn well, but you like to learn a new skill, dedicate yourself, commit to it, focus on it, prioritize it, make it something. Even if you work a 13-hour day shift, make it something. Damn smudge. Make it something that's a priority in your life to do. Because if you do it for a little bit and then you start letting excuses get back in the way, I'm too tired, I can't do this, I can't do it because I got that going on, I can't do it because I got this going on. If you do it like that, you're gonna end up hurting yourself worse, because what's worse than staying inside of a situation that you're not comfortable in, that you don't want to be in? If you're making excuses in order to stay inside of that situation because it's easier just to get up and go to work, then you don't need to be shooting for this type of thing anyway. You just need to be comfortable at where you at. But if you press past that and you want more for yourself, you want better for yourself, and then you can push out there to make that stuff happen, you can settle down on your goals, you can commit to studying something, you can commit to doing whatever it is you're doing, do that. Do it. Don't make excuses of why you can't do it. That is the biggest killer in everything. Making excuses of why you can't do something. Don't do that to yourself. That drags you down mentally, physically. It'll be something else that I gave up on it. I feel so ashamed of myself. I can't do this. No, fuck that. Fuck that. Get up, have your mindset right, and then do what it is that you gotta do. Once you develop your skill, now you are much more on your way to getting whatever it is that you're after, whatever your goal is. So you go out there and say you like me, say you want to do mobile maintenance repair. So you get out there, you get you your truck, you get you your tools, you got the skills now. So you get out there to start doing it. Okay. Excuse me. when you get out there to start doing it, if your goal is programmed into your mind, meaning you are committed to it, you want it to happen, you want to make it be something physical in reality instead of just a thought, if your goal is committed to yourself like that, everything's going to open up for you. So back to the mobile mechanic example. If you start in this business, you don't have a single client, okay? So how do I make this stuff work? I don't have no clients. Well, you're going to be driving down the road. You're going to see somebody with their hood up. You're going to see somebody stranded on the side of the road. They got their hood up. You're going to go to a parking lot. They have their hood up. You start seeing it, so you start going up to people. And sometimes you have to do stuff in a way that's kind of free in the beginning. I say that because some people, they just really don't have it on them at that moment to pay you. And it's not necessary. Don't get me wrong. That's not a thing that you have to do. You know, you charge what you charge. But to gain more clients, you get a more respectable outcome when you come over to help, and then you're generous about what it is that they owe you. And you only do that to build your base. You be generous about what they owe you, because if you just pulled up randomly on somebody, they didn't call you, you know? They didn't call you, they didn't ask for your help, but you came and you provided it anyway. So they really don't owe you nothing. It was out of the kindness of you. But you give them a business card. You got my business card now. Guess what? Next time this thing is broke and you done explained it so precisely and so good and it is finally broken down. So now you got that card and they're going to listen to it. They're going to call you next time it breaks. Now you got one customer. You keep doing that. Now you got 2 customers, 3, 4, 5. The number skyrockets, you know. So you have to keep yourself basic with what you got. You have to keep yourself in tune with who you are and how you can build your life. Now, all of that to say fear. You can't let fear drive what you do. It's not worth it. You have to get out there. You have to motivate yourself to do something better than what you're doing if you want to get out of the situation that you're in. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in fear. And if you're stuck in fear, you're going to be stuck at the location that you're at. You know, obviously, be calculated about it. If you can minimize the risk, minimize the risk. But if you already know that there's a risk and you know that risk is coming, just do it. Just go for it. Head on, headstrong, tackle it. But don't keep yourself waiting. And don't do stupid stuff either. We all are built with common sense. So we know in our head what it is that is more advisable than not. If you go out there and you see a building on fire and you don't hear nobody in it, but you saw a little piece of something in there, yeah, you can still take the risk of running in there to get whatever little something you saw, but this is a burning building. Why would you do that? Like, be educated with yourself. You have common sense for that reason. Be educated with yourself and your risk. That way it's not a loss every time you take one, you know? But okay. Yeah, that was my little spiel for today. Yep. I did it on the toilet. All right, I'll see y'all later.